This is Radhika. I'm going to give a video lecture on AC machines. Subject code is 18EE 403C. So, this is the second chapter, test on single phase transformers. Today, we are going to discuss about a few problems on equivalent resistance and reactance and equivalent circuit. So in this, already last class we discussed about the transformation ratio, transformation of resistance, reactance, and impedances from one side to of one side to another side. The development of phasor diagrams for various loads. So in transformation resistance in both sides, the resistance will be shared, the winding resistance will be shared in both sides. In an ideal transformer, there is no resistance in the winding, but in an actual transformer there is always present some resistance in the primary and secondary winding. The primary has a resistance of R1 ohms called primary resistance, and the secondary has a resistance of R2 ohms called secondary resistance, and also the resistance causes copper losses and voltage drop in their windings. The resistance causes the few equations in primary and secondary, that are the V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 R2 in secondary, and also in similarly in the primary side. R1 causes the voltage drop I1 R1, due to which primary induced EMF E1 is less than that of applied voltage V1. So that is minus E1 is equal to V1 minus I1 R1. So in this, the vector diagrams of a transformer with resistive effect for a purely resistive load, unity power factor, inductive load, that is the lagging power factor, and the capacitive load for leading power factor. So in reactance, that is the transformer with leakage reactance, and in primary and secondary windings respectively, similar to that of the resistance, the leakage reactance of one winding can be transferred to the other winding by using the factor k square. That is, k is the transformation ratio. This means that both the reactances can be transferred to either primary or secondary, which helps in finding equivalent reactance on either side. So the advantage of transferring the reactances to one side, that it makes calculations simple and easy, because then we have to work on in one winding only. So in primary side, it has the x naught 1 is equal to x1 plus x2 dash, that is the x1 plus x2 by k square. In refer to secondary side, that x naught 2 is equal to x2 plus x naught x1 dash is equal to x2 plus k square x1. So and also it has the impedance that will be in the referred to primary side. The equivalent impedance transformer having primary and secondary winding with resistance R1 and R2 and leakage reactances X1 X2 respectively. So the impedance of one winding can be transferred to the other winding using transformation ratio K to make the calculation simple and easy. So in this impedance referred to primary side, that is the Z naught 1 is equal to under root of R naught 1 square plus uh, X naught 1 square. It referred to secondary side, Z naught 2 is equal to under root of R naught 2 square plus X naught 2 square. So the development of phasor diagrams for various loads, we discussed about the resistance phasor diagrams and reactance and impedance phasor diagrams in previous classes. So, and also we discussed about the ways of solving various problems on transferring resistance from one side of transformer to the other, and also you can find the terminal voltage at any given load. So today we are going to discuss about solve problems on finding equivalent resistance or reactance or impedance of a transformer and a secondary voltage at any load. And also we will discuss about the development of complete equivalent circuit of a transformer, the development of approximate equivalent circuit referred to primary and or secondary. So before going to explain a few topics, we will go to solve few problems regarding to resistance, reactance and impedances. So in this first problem is a 10 kV 500 by 100 volt single phase transformer has the equivalent resistance and reactance referred to primary R01 is equal to 0.3 ohm, X01 is equal to 5.2 ohms. Calculate the voltage on secondary terminal of the transformer when the load current on the secondary side is 100 amperes at 0.8 power factor lagging. So in this given data is R01 is equal to 0.3 ohm, X01 is equal to 5.2 ohm, and I2 is equal to 100 amperes, and cos pi 2 is equal to 0.8, and the rating is 10 kVA 500 by 100 volts single phase, and pi is equal to cos inverse of 0.8, that is 36.86 degrees. So required data we can find out the V2. So here K is equal to E2 by E1, this is the transformation ratio, that is 100 by 500, so that will be 0.2. Total resistance referred to secondary R02 is equal to K square R01, that is equal to 0.2 square into 0.3, that is equal to 0.012 ohm. So total impedance referred to secondary, that is equal to X02 is equal to K square X01, so that is equal to 0.2 square into 5.2. So after calculation of this one we will get 0.208 ohm. And also the total impedance referred to secondary Z02 is equal to R02 plus JX02, that is equal to 0.012 plus J of 0.208, so that is equal to 0.208 angle of 86 degrees. So secondary terminal voltage V2 is equal to vector sum of V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 Z02. So that is equal to 100 angle of 0 minus 100 angle of minus 36.86 degrees into 0.208 into angle of 86.6 degrees. So that is equal to 100 plus J of 0 minus 20.8 angle of 49.83, that is equal to 100 plus J of 0 minus 30.41 minus J of 15.89. So that is the 86.58 minus J of 15.89. So that is equal to 88 angle of minus 10.39 degrees volts. So this is the first problem, secondary terminal voltage. Next we go for Second example, that is the 10 kVA 50 Hz single phase transformer with turns ratio 10.10 is to 1 has the following resistance and leakage reactances. So in this, R1 is equal to 4.8 ohms, X1 is equal to 11.2 ohm, R2 is equal to 0.048 ohm, X2 is equal to 0.118 ohms. No load current is equal to 1 ampere, leading the flux by 25 degrees. The secondary delivers 40 amperes at a terminal voltage of 250 volts and a power factor of 0.8 lagging determine the primary applied voltage. The primary power factor by the help of vector diagram. So in this problem, they given turns ratio is 10 is to 1. R1 is equal to 4.8 ohm, X1 is equal to 11.2 ohm, R2 is equal to 0.048 ohm, X2 is equal to 0.112 ohm. So I naught is equal to 1 ampere, pi naught is equal to 25 degrees and I2 is equal to 40 amperes, cos pi naught is equal to 0.8 lagging. So this is the given data for second problem, and we need to find out the V1 and cos pi 1. These are the primary side values. So in this they given pi 2 is equal to cos inverse of 0.8, that is equal to 36.86 degrees. B2 is equal to 250 volts and k is equal to 1 by 100, that is equal to 0.1. Assuming B2 as a reference vector, B2 is equal to 250 angle of 0 degrees, that I2 is equal to 40 angle of minus 36.86 degrees, and Z1 is equal to 4.8 plus J of 11.2 ohms. So here Z2 is equal to 12.18 angle of 66.8 degrees ohm, Z2 is equal to R2 plus JX2, and that is equal to 0.048 plus J of 0.112 ohm. So here, we can convert here a rectangular to polar, that will be 0.1218 angle of 66.8 degrees ohm. So here E2 is equal to V2 plus I2 Z2, this is a vector form, so that will be 250 angle of 0 plus 40 angle of minus 36.86 degrees into 0.1218 angle of 66.8 degrees. So that is 250 plus J of 0 plus 4.22 plus J of 2.43. So that is equal to 254.22 plus J of 2.43. So that is 254.23 angle of 0.54 degrees, that is the V2. And here E1 is equal to E2 by K, that is equal to 254.23 by K is the 0.1. So after calculation of this value, we will get 252,542.3 angle of 0.54 degrees volts. So I2 dash is equal to minus I2K, that is equal to minus 40 angle of minus 36.86 degrees into 0.1. So that will be 4 angle of 143.14 degrees ampere. So here it is the vector diagram of a vector diagram of this problem is the reference line is flags, and here the no load current is 1, and the I2 dash, it is the secondary side current referred to primary side, that is 4 amperes. The resultant of is I1, and the angle made I naught versus minus C naught, that angle is no load angle, and theta 1 is the angle between V1 and I1. So here the minus E is in upwards y axis, that will be I1 and R1. This will be parallel to I1, and I1 x1 is perpendicular to I1 R1, and the equation is minus E1 is equal to V plus I1 R1 plus I1 x1. So in secondary side, the E2, and here the angle is pi 2, that is 36.86, and the I2 R2 is parallel to I2, and I2 x2 is perpendicular to I2 R2, and here V2 is equal to 250 volts. This is the phasor diagram for this second problem. And from the vector diagram, I naught leads V2 by an angle equal to 0.5 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 25 degrees, that we will get 115.5 degrees. So here I naught is equal to 1 angle of 115.5 degrees is equal to minus 0.43 plus J of 0.9 amperes. That will be I1 is equal to I2 dash plus I naught. So here 4 angle of 143.14 degrees plus 1 angle of 114.5, that will be we can convert into rectangular form, that will be minus 3.2 plus J of 2.4 minus 0.43 plus J of 0.9. So here that is a minus 3.63 plus J of 3.3. This rectangular form will be converted into polar form, that will be 4.9 angle of 137.7 degrees. So in primary applied voltage, V1 is equal to vector sum of minus E1 plus I1 Z1, that will be 2542.3 angle of 180.54 degrees plus 4.9 angle of 137.7 degrees into 12.18 angle of 66.8 degrees. So that will be minus 2542.18 minus J of 23.96 plus 59.68 angle of 204.5 degrees. So after calculation of this one, we will get in rectangular form, that is minus 2596.48 minus J of 48.71. So that will be converted into polar form, that will be 2596.9 angle of 181.07 degrees volts. So and also phase angle between V1 and I1 is, it is equal to 181.07 minus 137.7, that is 43.37 degrees. So primary power factor cos 43.47 degrees, that will be 0.727 lagging. So this is the primary power factor of secondary problem. So next we go for the equivalent circuit. So that equivalent circuit will be the performance equations which are already discussed or summarized as the vector forms of all I naught is equal to working component plus magnetizing component, and I1 is equal to I naught plus I2. V1 is equal to E1 plus I1 Z1, where Z1 is equal to R1 plus JX1. So that is called V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 Z2, where Z2 is equal to R2 plus JX2 and I2 dash is equal to KI2. From the above equations, the equivalent circuit of the transformer can be drawn. So in this, before going this one, the significance of air gap is a non-magnetic part of a magnetic circuit. It is usually connected magnetically in series with the rest of the circuit, so that a large part of the magnetic flux flows through the gap. Depending on application, air gap may be filled with a non-magnetic material such as gas, water, vacuum, plastic, wood, etc. So, an air gap is a practically unavoidable part of any magnetic circuit in which there is a relative movement between different parts, that is in motors, generators, relays, etc. Due to increased reluctance of an air gap, the flux spreads into the surrounding medium, causing the flux fringing effect. It is generally an unwanted phenomenon. In transformers, air gap is usually avoided. The role of transformer is to deliver the energy from the primary winding to the secondary winding instantaneously without the need for energy storage. Any air gap in magnetic core increases leakage inductance and stores additional energy which needs to be regularly transferred or dissipated. All these factors impact efficiency of energy transformation. The air gap lowers the total inductance of the primary winding and causes an increase in apparent power through the increase of magnetizing current. The air gap is a non-magnetic part of a magnetic circuit. It is usually connected magnetically in series with the rest of the circuit, so that a large part of the magnetic flux flows through the gap. Depending on applications, air gap may be filled with a non-magnetic material such as gas, water, vacuum, plastic, wood, etc. An air gap is a practically unavoidable part of any magnetic circuit in which there is a relative movement between different parts like motors, generators, relays, etc. Due to increased reluctance of an air gap, the flux spreads into the surrounding medium, causing the flux fringing effect. It is generally an unwanted phenomenon. The transformer's air gap is usually avoided. The role of transformer is to deliver the energy from the primary winding to the secondary winding instantaneously without the need for energy storage. Any air gap in the magnetic core increases leakage inductances and stores additional energy which needs to be regularly transferred or dissipated. All these factors impact efficiency of energy transformation. The air gap lowers the total inductance of the primary winding and causes an increase in apparent power through the increase of magnetizing current. So the equivalent circuit of real transformer, equivalent circuit of a two winding single phase transformer R naught to R naught to core loss component. This resistance models the active loss of the core. X naught is magnetizing component. This reactance models the reactive loss of the core. So here R1 and X1 are resistance and reactance of the primary winding. R2 and X2 are resistance and reactance of the secondary windings. So in this is the complete equivalent circuit of, of two winding single phase transformer. In this transformer, it has the two windings. In primary side, it has the leakage reactance, leakage inductance L1 and primary resistance R1 and magnetizing inductance and core loss resistance, and it has the N1 and N2 turns. So this is the ideal transformer. In secondary side, it has the R2 resistance and L2 leakage inductance. So in transformer analysis, it is usual practice to transfer the secondary quantities to primary side or vice versa. So in this exact equivalent circuit, all elements refer to primary. So in primary side, it has the X1 is the reactance of primary, and R1 is the resistance of primary, and L0 is the primary side no load inductance, and R0 is the no load resistance in primary. And the secondary side winding is referred to primary side, that is the R2 by K square and X2 by K square. So this is the totally in primary side. And and in this the equivalent circuit of transformer is further simplified by shifting the magnetizing circuit to input side. So the equivalent circuit is further simplified by neglecting the admittance branch. Form Simplified form of approximate equivalent circuit referred to primary. So in equivalent circuit, the it is useful to know the performance and behavior of a transformer using the equivalent circuit. The analysis of the transformer can be done by the direct application of electric circuit theory. So in this equivalent circuit of a transformer on load, the primary winding has a resistance of R1 and leakage reactance of X1. The secondary winding has a resistance of R2 and leakage reactance of X2. The parallel circuit consisting of R0 and X0 is the no load equivalent circuit of a transformer. The resistance R0 represents the effect of core loss, that means hysteresis and eddy current losses. The current IW passing through R0 and supplying the core losses. The reactance X0 is a loss-free coil through which magnetizing current I mu is passing. The vector sum of IW and I mu is the no load primary current I0. So approximate or simplified equivalent circuit of a transformer. So in this, no load current I0 is small, that is 3 to 5% of the full load rated current as compared to the rated primary current. Hence, voltage drops in R1 and X1 due to I0 be negligible. Hence, for the sake of simplicity, the parallel circuit consisting of R0 and X0 can be transferred towards the input terminal The error introduced by doing so is very small and can be neglected. The circuit is called approximate or simplified equivalent circuit of a transformer. So the approximate equivalent circuit can be further be simplified by transferring the voltage, current, and impedance to either primary side or secondary side. In this equivalent circuit referred to primary, if all the secondary quantities are transferred to primary side, we get the equivalent circuit of a transformer referred to primary. This circuit can further be simplified when secondary quantities are referred to primary. Resistance, reactance, and impedance are divided by k square. Voltages are divided by k, and currents are multiplied by only k. So that time we will get r2 dash is equal to r2 by k square, and x2 dash is equal to x2 by k square, and z2 dash is equal to z2 by k square. So and also v2 dash is equal to v2 by k, and I2 dash is equal to k into I2. R0 is equal to R2 plus R2 dash, and also x01 is equal to x1 plus x2 dash, and z01 is equal to z01 plus j x01. So and also here and also refer to secondary. If all the primary quantities are transferred to secondary side, we get the equivalent circuit of a transformer referred to secondary as shown. The circuit can be further be simplified. So when primary quantities are referred to secondary, resistance or reactance or impedance are multiplied by k square, voltages are multiplied by k, and currents are divided by k. So that will be r1 dash is equal to k square r1, and x1 dash is equal to k square x1, and z1 dash is equal to k square z1, v1 dash is equal to k v1, and also I1 dash is equal to I1 by k, R0 is equal to R2 plus R1 dash, X0 is equal to X2 plus X1 dash, and Z0 is equal to R02 plus J X02. And also here approximate voltage drop in a transformer here, and also here approximate voltage drop in a transformer. The approximate equivalent circuit of a transformer means neglecting I0 referred to secondary when the load having a lagging power factor cos pi 2 is applied, the secondary current I2 will flow in secondary circuit which cause voltage drop. So in this v1 dash is equal to v2 plus I2 of r02 plus j x02, that is equal to v2 plus I2 z02, and the drop in secondary voltage that will be I2 z02 is equal to v1 dash minus v2 is equal to k v1 minus v2. So in this voltage regulation of a transformer, when the transformer is loaded with constant primary voltage, the secondary terminal voltage decreases due to primary and secondary terminal impedances. The secondary terminal voltage varies with the load and depends on the load current and the load power factor. So the voltage regulation is defined as the change in secondary terminal voltage from no load to full load, expressed as the percentage of no load secondary voltage that will be percentage of voltage regulation is equal to no load secondary terminal voltage minus full load secondary terminal voltage by no load secondary terminal voltage. So that will be uh, V2 V and output V2 minus no load V2 minus V2 by no load V2, that will be 100, that is equal to E2 minus V2 by E2 into 100. Here E2 is the no load secondary terminal voltage and V2 is the full load secondary terminal voltage. The voltage regulation for unity, lagging and leading power factors. So here a transformer should have a small value of voltage regulation, that is good voltage regulation, so that the terminal voltage at the consumer's premises does not vary widely when load changes. If a transformer have a large voltage regulation, that is a poor voltage regulation, the voltage at the consumer's terminals will fall appreciably with the increase in load. So which causes effect on the operation of the fluorescent tube, TV sets, refrigerator, motors, etc. Hence, the lesser the regulation, the better the transformer, because a good transformer should keep its secondary terminal voltage as constant as possible under all load conditions. The voltage regulation of a transformer on an average is about 4%. In general, percentage regulation, voltage regulation, it is the no load secondary terminal voltage minus full load secondary terminal voltage by no load secondary terminal voltage into 100. So that is voltage drop in transformer at load by no load secondary terminal voltage into 100. So that is percentage regulation will depends on load power factor also, because the voltage drop always depends on load power factor. So regulation for lagging power factor, the secondary voltage drop for lagging power factor is I2, that is R02 cos pi 2 plus X02 sin pi 2. So percentage of regulation is equal to voltage drop by no load secondary terminal voltage into 100, it will be I2 into R02 cos pi 2 plus X02 sin pi 2 by E2 into 100. So the vector diagram for lagging power factor, when the power factor is lagging, voltage regulation is positive, because the output voltage under load condition is less than under no load condition. So it is regulation for leading power factor. The secondary voltage drop for leading power factor is I2 into R02 cos pi 2 minus X02 into sin pi 2. That is percentage of regulation is equal to voltage drop by no load secondary terminal voltage into 100, that is I2 into R02 cos pi 2 minus X02 sin pi 2 by E2 into 100. So here the vector diagrams for leading power factor, when the power factor is leading, voltage regulation may become negative, because the output voltage under load condition may become even more than the under no load conditions. So regulation for unity power factor, the secondary voltage drop for secondary voltage drop maybe become negative, because the output voltage under a load condition may become even more than that under no load condition. So in regulation for a unity power factor, the secondary voltage drop for a unity power factor is I2 R naught 2, because pi 2 is equal to 0 degrees, and sin pi 2 is equal to 0, and cos pi 2 is equal to 1. So here percentage regulation is equal to voltage drop by no load secondary terminal voltage into 100, that is equal to I2 R naught 2 by no load E2 into 100. The vector diagram for unity power factor, when the power factor is unity, voltage regulation is positive, because the output voltage under load condition is less than that under no load condition. So here percentage resistance, reactance and impedance drops. Percentage regulation I2 into R naught 2 cos pi 2 plus or minus x naught 2 sin pi 2 by no load E2 into 100. So that will be I2 R naught 2 cos pi 2 by E2 into 100 plus or minus I2 x naught 2 sin pi 2 by E2 is into 100. So that is I2 R naught 2 into 100 by E2 into cos pi 2 plus or minus I2 x naught 2 into 100 by E2 into sin pi 2. So that is the Vr cos pi 2 plus or minus Vx sin pi 2. Here Vr is the I2 R naught 2 into 100 by V2 is called percentage resistance drop, that is I1 R naught 1 into 100 by V1, and Vx is the I2 x naught 2 into 100 by V2 is called the percentage reactance drop, that is I1 x naught 1 into 100 by V1. Similarly, percentage impedance drop is equal to I2 x naught 2 into 100 by V2. So that is equal to I0 I1 Z naught 1 into 100 by V1. So percentage regulation can be calculated even when the quantities are referred to primary. If pi 1 is equal to pi 2 is equal to pi, then percentage regulation is equal to I1 into R naught 1 cos pi plus or minus x naught 1 sin pi by V1 into 100. So that is Vr cos pi plus or minus Vx sin pi. So here in this condition, condition for zero regulation, that is the I2 into R naught 2 cos pi plus x naught 2 sin pi by V2, that is into 100. So here regulation will be 0 when the numerator will be equal to 0. So that is I2 into R naught 2 cos pi plus x naught 2 sin pi is equal to 0. So that will be R naught 2 cos pi equal to minus x naught 2 sin pi is equal to sin pi by cos pi is equal to minus R naught 2 by x naught 2. So that is equal to tan pi is equal to minus x naught 2 by minus R naught 2 by x naught 2. So that is here negative sign indicates the zero regulation occurs at a leading power factor. And also condition for maximum regulation, regulation will be maximum when d by d pi regulation is equal to 0. So that will be substitution of this equation is equal to 0. Finally we will get R naught to sin pi is equal to x naught to cos pi. So that is the sin pi by cos pi is equal to x naught 2 by R naught 2. So that is the tan pi is equal to x naught 2 by R naught 2. So this is the maximum regulation occurs at a lagging power factor. So here so so in this Today we learned about the development of equivalent circuit of a practical transformer referred to primary or secondary, and also approximate and simplified equivalent circuit diagrams referred to either side of a transformer. So, and also we learned about the in this session we have discussed about the way of solving various parameters of a transformer, that is the equivalent impedance, currents, and terminal voltages at any given load. So in this we have the few quiz questions, and also here they given few frequently asked questions that are: obtain the equivalent circuits of a transformer by approximation, and develop the complete equivalent circuit of a transformer from the performance equations. And also it has the a 500k kVA 3300 by 230 volt single phase transformer has the following data. So here they given R1 is equal to 3.45 ohm, R2 is equal to 0.0085 ohm, X1 is equal to 5.4 ohm, X2 is equal to 0.034 ohm. Find a total impedance referred to primary and secondary, and also find out the copper losses. So this question is asked in April May 2001. And also it has the a 50 kVA 44,400 by 220 volt single phase transformer has resistance and leakage reactance as follows. So here R1 is equal to 3.45 ohm, R2 is equal to 0.009 ohm, X1 is equal to 5.2 ohm, X2 is equal to 0.015 ohm. So calculate the equivalent of one first question: resistance referred to primary and secondary. Second is the reactance referred to both primary and secondary, and third is the impedance referred to primary and secondary. And also total copper loss, first using individual resistances, and secondly using equivalent resistances. So the answer will be given for one first question, second, and third, fourth question. So and also in next class we will go for discussion about the transformer test. On the transformer test, as the open circuit test means no load test, and in short circuit test or the impedance test. So these are the two tests in next class. And also we will discuss about the few topics of testing of transformers, that will be polarity test and Sumpner test. That means it is the back to back or regenerative test, and it has a few advantages and disadvantages. And also we learnt about purpose of transformer oil and necessity of breakdown voltage test, and transformer oils and breakdown voltage test and procedure. So these are the next topic class. So this is the today's class. Thank you.